What if you had a really clear way to achieve a goal that you're chasing down? Let's say it's losing 20 pounds, it's getting back to working out. Instead of focusing on the result, you focus on the action to get you there. That is what we're going to talk about today. So, think about, I know I'm a little late to the game in the 23 New Year's resolutions kind of vibe, but if your goal is to lose weight, and every day you step on the scale and you're checking the number and it feels really disappointing. The journey feels frustrating. It feels like a grind. It literally makes you sad and frustrated. Maybe that journey isn't worth it. So instead of focusing on a result goal, you focused on an action goal. And the action goal gets you to the result that you desire. Maybe it's 20 pounds, but the path there doesn't feel disappointing. It doesn't feel frustrating. It feels like you're taking baby steps, walking towards that vision that you have for yourself. So if you focus on those everyday little actions, making it an action goal, the result goal will happen without the frustration, without the grind, without the disappointment. So let's take weight loss. Weight gain is one of the most challenging and frustrating symptoms of Hashimoto's. So instead of making it a result goal of in 2023, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, you made it an action goal. So every day, I'm going to hit 10,000 steps because I know moving my body will help burn more calories. Make it an action goal. 3 to 4 times a week, I'm going to lift kettlebells. They're going to be heavy. I'm going to build my muscle mass so that I know muscle burns more calories than fat. And if I do that consistently, over time, I will start to lose weight. So making, instead of a results-driven goal, like stepping on the scale every day, maybe it's caloric restriction, which is required. It's one of the elements for losing weight. You make it an action goal. So focusing on tiny wins every day that are driven by your own actions. I'll give you some examples. Hitting your optimal protein target every meal. Minimum 30 grams per meal to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. What does 30 grams look like? A card deck size of ribeye, a fist size of chicken breast, 5 eggs. Those are some examples of 30 grams of protein without having to bust out the scale. Starting your day with protein instead of coffee and carbs. I used to be a coffee croissant kind of girl, very Parisian, very romantic, very New York. I was giving myself insulin resistance and having trouble regulating my blood sugar. And then it would crash a couple hours later. So start your day with protein. Another way to think of it is no naked carbs. So if you're going to eat a carb, pair it with a fat or protein. I like to start my day off with eggs. Some women who don't tolerate eggs can start off with a protein shake, could start with chicken, could start your day with ground beef. I know this idea like our breakfast looks a certain way. Like, let's break that mindset. Our breakfast can look like whatever we want, right? So in Japan, they eat miso soup with some protein. Our day does not have to look like the standard American diet. Another tiny win every day that can drive you toward your results goal by taking an action goal is hitting 8 to 10,000 steps every day. Wearing a step tracker. I track it on my iWatch. Resistance training 3 to 4 times a week for minimum 30 minutes. If you are more on the potentially deconditioned side, like you only hit 2,000 steps a day, shoot for less minutes, right? We're going to go for heavier weight, low reps, long rest breaks. That is the thyroid strong way. Functional moves. Kettlebells are very forgiving when you're first learning form compared to a dumbbell or a barbell. That's why I love them. Another tiny action goal that can give you a big win, especially if you're feeling tired but wired at night, is resetting your circadian rhythm by trying to wake up at the same time every day and get sun on your face the first 30 minutes of the day. I'm not talking about sun on your face like through a window. I'm talking about direct sun on your face. So I'm all about setting big, audacious goals. I'm a Capricorn. It is in my blood. But if the journey to that goal is disappointing, it feels like a grind. I'm also a Capricorn. I love grinding, but if it really grinds you down emotionally, literally makes you frustrated and sad, like stepping on a scale and seeing that the number is the same every day, how can we make it joyful? So set those action goals, baby steps every day to get to your results goal. That big audacious goal, that's your result goal, is going to get done and executed on by the tiny wins that you do every day of taking action. If you enjoyed this podcast, go onto iTunes, write a review, an honest review. I love reading them. They're so fun, especially from the Hashi Lady community. See you next time.